What is up, everybody? It's your boy JT,
And NeNe.
and we are back with another episode of Pillow Talking, the only podcast shot in the bed. And yeah, it's been a hectic start to the new year. Great year, but still, it's a lot going on.
Day
in the
19, 365.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Day 19.
Oh yeah, day 19. It's crazy. I mean, we can start with the obvious. Of course, last week you saw white people storm the most secure building in our country with unopposed.
Yep.
And I'm glad that hopefully, let me say this, hopefully the inauguration is tomorrow when this episode comes out. Hopefully that is the start of a healing for this nation, because I'm tired of fighting.
My God.
Like, I don't care if you're
My
Republican
God,
and Democrat. I'm just tired of the current climate of our
it's just a negative climate.
It's just
literally
so much fighting, and
like
every day there's
it's a negative
conflict.
classroom.
Every day there's.
Come on, US.
I mean, it's draining, and I'm not even trying to see it. It's everywhere. I'm on Facebook scrolling. You see lives of this.
You're trying to mind your business, bam.
Yeah, we in our town, we're just driving down the street and people are on the side of the road, protesting the election, and it's just to the point where
Stop.
I hope this inauguration is more than just installing a new president, but it's a new mindset. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, that something has to happen, because this is not. Oh man, it's just exhausting.
It's not it.
It's exhausting. And
This ain't it.
Our country has been looking like very third worldish, and I'm not even saying that to be
It's
offensive,
been looking
but
a
I'm
hot
just saying
mess.
The same way they used to tell us in school that other countries operate, like
Foolishly.
because
they love to say
coups, every time there's
Yeah.
election, violence.
Crazy.
We've kind of looked like that.
We look like kids, children. Like,
right. And I'm not here to discuss politics because, like I said, especially like national politics, it really don't affect our day-to-day life as much as our local and state. People we put in, but to
however,
be honest,
I feel like it do affect the vibes.
I think, and that's what I'm about to say. I think the vibe
people
that
vibe.
Donald Trump had around him and his
Oof.
I don't remember America being like this. I don't and maybe it's because I was a kid or whatever. Even when Obama got elected, I was in high school. I don't remember it being so.
Absolutely not. It's a new vibe.
The climate was
it's
not
negative.
the same. And they didn't like Obama for whatever
They did
reason.
not, but it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm just hopefully my prayerfully, not even hopefully, prayerfully tomorrow, whatever, that is just the start of a new climate in America.
Yeah. And that's all I really need, a new climate.
Right.
And the thing is, some hope, something.
Right. And the thing is, like, no matter what, you have to see the opportunity that this, especially this pandemic and everything going on, has given us. As we have people, we get money that we never would have got. There's loans out there that you never would have
gotten.
Property you can acquire.
Absolutely.
So much you can do. Like, a lot of people are at home working.
Yes.
It's just, look, I try to stay positive, look at the positive side.
Right. Take advantage of the times.
Right. Even though I know some people, unfortunately did go through
some things.
Some things. 2020 was rough
but
for some people.
However, there is things that can help those people. Like, we have a lot of resources that we wouldn't normally have now.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, so that's what I'm
saying. So
the
government knows that, and that's what we need to take advantage of.
Yeah. So just be, no matter what, tomorrow, let's just look at it as a new beginning, a new mindset. Everybody, like, let's just stop fighting every day.
Please.
Let's stop getting on TV. Let's just stop. Let's stop.
We have to do better.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. Other crazy things I saw. I mean, to be honest, that political thing really dominated our
it sure did.
Our timeline, like, because it was so.
That was
I
wild.
don't think people realize how crazy it is to see the Capitol building of your country raided.
Like, I would have never thought that as a kid. We learned about that. Like, it's the most secure, one of the most secure places.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like
I've been there on trips and literally like you couldn't turn certain places.
That's what I was about to say. Kids would go like you literally go there with your history class or whatever, like and do the little what is it called
the tour.
Yeah, the tours, and like everybody's like, like
right.
certain thing like you stay right here, like you move this way, you don't move that way. Like it's like, what the heck? What were y'all doing?
And
like,
that's
where were you guys at?
That's why I be trying to tell people, if you ever been to the Capitol, this should shock you. Like
what?
Yeah, but anyway,
what y'all doing?
Anyway, have you seen that guy? He I think he has a podcast or maybe like a radio talk show thing where he's looked like he allows people to come on and he'll talk to them, but he gives advice, but it's like very straightforward and direct. It's a black guy. Like girls will come on the show, be like, "Man, I want this type of man."
It's not like a funny show.
No, it's like he's a talk show. Like,
what's his name?
I don't know, man.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. You don't be on social media, but
I don't know.
If you don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. Basically, this guy, he tells people like the honest truth. Like basically, a girl be like, "Oh, I want a man with 6 figures." He'll be like, "You're broke. You don't deserve that." Or you know what I'm saying? Like he's just straightforward, very straightforward. Yeah. Dude. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I won't talk about it anymore because I don't look stupid. But anyway, what have you seen?
It sounds interesting. I saw the Foolish Couple of stuff. What else did I see? It's really been chill, pretty chill.
Right.
Besides local things, but it's been pretty chill.
Yeah, it's been not as bad.
Surprisingly, it's been pretty chill. I did see that we are like people complaining about the vaccines and stuff, but
hey, I'm gonna be 100% honest with vaccines. We have a right to be suspicious of vaccines. Like I don't like whether you get it or not. Don't tell me that I don't have a right to be suspicious of a vaccine. Like that's the only thing. I have a right to want to know what's going in my body. And for people to tell me like,
this is my body, man,
I just want to know. Like you can't shame me for wanting to know, and let me see how other people react before I get it. I
don't like that they,
like
people who do get vaccinated, they downplay people who don't get vaccinated.
No, I don't. I don't have a problem with the vaccine. Like I'm not arguing. That's not, especially on this podcast.
That's what I'm
saying. Don't shame me for wanting to know what's in it. Like people literally tell me, "Why does it matter? You took all the other vaccines when you were a kid." I want to know what happened. First off, we've never seen a vaccine be developed this quickly, like this fast, without like testing, animal testing.
But now, they can't do that.
They had to, expedite it and rush it, and Operation Warp Speed. I want to see how people react.
What I don't get is there's an like A and B, right?
I don't know.
Like there's 2 vaccines. Like,
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
And it's like you got to go back to get part 2.
Yeah, what? I don't know. And that's the thing. I never get flu shots, so that I don't know.
We don't do that.
Yeah,
but even that, you only get 1 flu shot. Like you don't get like an A B.
I don't know, but I mean there are some vaccines that like you get part 1 early, then you come back at the rest.
Like a child.
Yeah. So it's
you're
not
right.
abnormal.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, the moral of the story, don't shame people for
wanting to know what's in their body, what's gonna go in their body.
Moral of the story,
especially if you're pushing it. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what's in it. Like,
right. So, speaking of that, let's switch to our topic for this week.
Yes.
We kind of know. Well, I noticed that compared to our first child together, Major, who just turned 2 yesterday, to our daughter, our approach was different. Like we had some of the biggest,
oh my God,
like biggest fights, arguments ever with
ridiculous
our first kid as opposed to our second one, which I don't think we have any like real arguments about at all. And it just goes to show you how much we've grown as a couple, then too how stupid your fights look when you look back. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. So let's give you some backstory. So Major was my first child.
Yes.
Not Dominique's first child. It was our first child together. So the whole process for it was new to me. I was very I was over the top. And
I do want to clarify too, but this is extra. So when we did have Evan together, like when we lived together with JT, he was 1. Okay, so the baby phase for JT was
I was
fresh.
Around. I didn't get around. So when I met Dominique, Evan was 1.
Yeah.
So I never got the
baby phase.
Newborn phase.
Yes.
So
that was fresh.
With Major, I literally was on 10 on.
Oh my God! Yeah, even about like, what is this? Like the things that the baby need, like bed, clothes.
You stop in the mic.
Sorry, it was an accident. I'm calm. That's 2. But anyway, even about like the necessities of a baby. Like he wanted, what you wanted? Remember, you was like, I needed a some kind of smart bed.
Yeah.
That changed the temperature and
I was just overly with Major because
he was wilding. Like what?
It was my first child, so I didn't know. So I like literally every time he would cough, every time he would cry, every time he would move, every time he would do anything, I was on 10. And that led to so many fights and arguments. I mean, from, oh my God, why you make him cry, to we need this, we need to buy this. And then arguing because she said, we don't really need that. That's a waste of money. And then, I'm sitting there like, well, this is my kid. I'm going to make sure he,
Yeah.
And to be honest, this is the main point. Sometimes your heart can be in the right place with arguments. Like, your heart can be in the right place, but you can be off. Like logically, you can be stupid. Because my heart was in the right place as a dad. Like,
yeah, I want to take care of my kid.
I thought I had to get the
top of the line,
everything. I had to make sure he never cried. Be there if a tear fell, I had to catch it.
Yeah.
I thought my heart was like, that's how you be a great dad. And looking back at it, that's stupid. Like, it really is. And I know at the time I thought I was really being super dad. Like, and so when she would come and be like, no, or wouldn't agree, I would be like, no, because I'm trying to be the best dad that I can be. Yeah. So I think the root of our argument was that I had I don't want to say preconceived, but I had this like reality in my head that to be a good dad, you had to do this, and this.
Yeah.
And when you didn't want to
like you had mapped it out.
Yeah. And then when you didn't want to do this, and this, it was a problem. Yeah. So if like you said, like the whole bed argument, like we argued, I want to say for 25 minutes because I thought, hey, why not purchase this $400 bed that will tell us if our kid is hot, if he's breathing? I'm thinking, that's amazing.
Crazy.
Like, that was in my head. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, we need that. Look, technology has made it easier for us to be better parents. I don't want my son to die in his sleep. Man. I want to make sure something happens.
Like, look
I
up
get an alert on my phone. Like, this is perfect. And I'll go to her and she's like, no, you sound ridiculous. And I'm like, wait.
It's just like, what?
Are you going to tell me that I can't get something for my son?
That's literally what he would say.
Like, I'm trying to trying to be the best dad ever, and you're stopping me. And literally, that's
what it was about.
I want to say we had like 8 I'm talking about from the types of clothes. Like
in the morning, dressing him like all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is too small. This is too big. Like, just everything.
Yeah. And I was like, I used to overreact all the time to him crying. Like, being that I had never been around a newborn, and I didn't realize at the time that all newborns do.
Like, he hated when I would just pump his nose. Like, I'm like, he's gonna cry.
Gosh.
Like he does not like it.
Like, we had the biggest fight ever because I'm sitting there like, what are you doing to my son that he's yelling like, you get out of his nose?
Like, he dying. And like, kids do not like that.
And I'm sitting there like, looking back, I look so stupid because one, she's just pumping his nose at the time. But at the time, to me, she was attacking my son. And I was on the defense mode like, you're hurting him. He's crying. Stop. She would comb his hair. Stop. Hey, he's crying. Then it got to a point where as time went on, I started to realize, wait, he cry all the time.
Yeah, for anything he don't like.
like, cause then if I would pick him up and put him down, he would cry. And I'm like, wait, okay. He just kind of crying. Okay, now I see what she was saying. Okay.
Then I'll be like, that's how he communicates. Like, he can't speak. Well, all he can do is cry, literally.
And that's the biggest thing I had to learn as a parent is
the different cries.
Kids cry and they have different cries. Yeah. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was just some fairy tale stuff. Like, oh, I know my baby has a specific cry when they're hungry, when they're sleepy. I was like, man, get out of here. How you know? Like, you just talking. No.
But now Journey, he could definitely know when Journey.
I can't even tell with Major, like any kid now. Like other people's kid, I can be like, oh, they sleepy. Oh, they hurt for real. That's a real hurt cry. Like now if they're in there playing around and they start crying, literally we can sit there and be like, oh, he okay. And not even get up because we know the cries.
Right.
Or they fighting over something.
Nope. Or either Major wants something and he can't have it, so he screams.
And I just want to, the whole point is to show that at the time, I swore to Christ Jesus that I was 100% right in my actions because I wanted my son to be healthy, alive, and my job as a dad was to do everything I could.
And if I would be like, that's not right. Like, I think you felt like I was attacking you as a dad. Like, oh, yeah, like I remember you would say like, well, I mean, yeah, you already had a kid, but like, I know too. Like,
right.
I know too. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, so every time I would do something or say or ask for something that she would like, oppose, I would feel like she was saying that I wasn't a good dad. And that's like something you can't do. And that sometimes you really have to step back, especially in arguments. You have to be like, look, is this what's really happening, or is this what I'm forming in my head that she's saying this? Is she really, what is she trying to say? Like, before I sit here and make up this story in my head, let me figure out, is she saying I'm a good dad, or she's saying I just need to chill out, And it just goes to show you that, like I said, your heart can be in the right place sometimes, but you can be totally wrong. Because I was wrong. There's no reason for us to buy a $400 bed.
It was no reason at all.
No reason.
Then, on top of that, for a kid to be in our room, like,
right.
This bed was supposed to go in his room. Did he even sleep in his regular bed?
Nope.
After he got sick, he started sleeping in our room. So it really, it would have gotten wasted.
He's saying stories and don't explain it. So he slept in his room forever.
Yeah, like, and then he got sick.
He got sick one time. It wasn't even bad sick. Maybe like cold or something. He started sleeping in our bed for like a week, and he never went back to his room.
Yeah.
It's just been impossible to get him out. But we're working on it. Yeah. So that's what happened with that. But more of the story is, with my daughter now, I don't care if she cries. Wait, I don't want to say that.
Oh, he do care.
That sounds
now.
crazy. I do care if she cries. I'm just saying
But he know what cries it is.
Like, I know, like, when she was born, I knew what to buy. I knew what not to buy. I knew what brands to stay away from. I knew everything. And it was a flawless transition. Like, I knew what to expect 1 week after birth. I knew what to expect, what Dominique was going to go through. Like, all that stuff.
He was on his P's and Q's, bro.
I just knew because I went through it with a different kid. So my experience helped me grow and become a better parent and spouse. And that's how you have to be in life, in relationships and stuff. You have to be willing to take what you learn and grow from it. Because Robert did the same thing with Journey, like just being overly and extra.
For what? That would have been ridiculous. It
would have been ridiculous because, like, come on, man. Like, I feel like I should get a pass for what happened with Major because it really was my first kid. And I really thought I was doing the right thing.
He also learned that in the middle of the night, he also learned that it's a mommy and a daddy thing. This baby. Like with Journey, he was more hands-on. And I think like with Major, you were just like the stereotypes. Like you was thinking about those. That's what I really think you was thinking about. Like what other people had went through or what other people would say. That's what I think was fueling you.
What are you talking about?
Instead of your like just your actions, because you didn't experience yourself. Whereas, now your experience is fueling you to be the kind of parent with Journey. Like, what she can't, when she's crying, what she's crying for, etc. You're not acting the same way. But whenever you was with Major, that was your first time. You didn't have any experience, so you were using other people's experience and like stereotype. Like what people say.
Right.
And then you were making that like, oh, that's how all babies are, and it wasn't. Like I remember we argued a lot about that too. Like this is a different baby. Like that's not us. Like like this is not our situation. Like for instance, I would sometimes in the middle of the night, like especially when I switched from breastfeeding, like I would be like, oh, I'm tired. Like help me with the baby. Like you take the nights or whatever. Like and then he would like he didn't know that. Like you see mamas all the time.
No, I didn't know. I just didn't know what that meant. As I didn't know. One, I didn't know what. There's no manual that comes with kids.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then secondly, I didn't know how to help you because you didn't start communicating until later. You was like, okay, this is what it means. Like, this is what I mean when I say help me in the night. Like, you can go make a bottle. Yeah, you can't breastfeed. Yeah, you can't do this, but you can go make a bottle. You can check on, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. Like, so to me, I was just like, what do you want me to do? I'm going to do.
But yeah, it's literally like, I can't help you. Like,
yeah, like, so that was my thing. And it wasn't, like, once again, my heart was in the right place, but I was wrong for that. You know, I could have been, looking back, I could have been more supportive. I really just didn't know what that meant. But now I know what it means. Like, now, okay, like, for example, I know when, like, if Journey is, or our daughter is crying a lot and she getting up a lot, I know, okay, now it's my turn to get up. You just know. Or, oh, it's getting a little excessive, give her here, I'll hold her. You go back to sleep. Or whatever. You know, we can take turns. Some nights she'll be like, you getting the bottles. Or I'll know just to have a bottle made already. Like, it's just that type of stuff you learn. That's why I try to tell people it's important not to, like, just be so locked in that you're right. Because that's what I was doing. I thought I was right. Every parenting decision I was making with Major, I thought, like, I was right.
You was 100 behind it.
Yeah,
like,
I was on 10. Like, you guys understand. Like, I was on 10. Like, I was like, okay, he getting all these clothes that he's not going to be able to fit in a month.
Yeah, he's not going to need that.
Right.
He's like, let's buy him like, good, nice shoe. Like, he wants to buy him Yeezys as a baby. I'm like, he's not going to.
And
he's
like
not
going
to wear
that.
that.
My heart was in the right place. I just wanted to be a great dad.
Yeah.
Like, I really did. Like, that was I wasn't doing it. Like, that was my only goal. Like, I just want to be a good dad. I want my son to be like, man, I had a great dad. Yeah. But I mean, doing that, I was being stupid. Like, I was being stupid, and I really should have listened to my wife. And that's kind of another, not really a topic, but sometimes it's okay to trust, especially men, to trust the person you're with. To trust, like, especially being that she already had a child, I really should have took a step back and been like, yeah, whatever.
Or what do I need to do?
Yeah, I'm the dad, I'm the husband, whatever. Some people had a house, whatever you call it. But right now, I need to allow you to do what you are good at. Like, you already had the kid. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was leading like I knew what I was doing. I was dead wrong. Yeah. And I learned my lesson because now with baby 2, it's flawless. Like, I don't think, and we're not just sitting here lying to you guys. I really don't think we've had an argument concerning baby.
I don't.
Like, I can't remember an argument because we already knew. We knew what milk to get. We knew what diapers. We knew it was no argument because.
Yep, we knew if her skin was sensitive, what we had to do. Like, we knew if she got sick, what to do. Like, we already know.
Hey, we already know a doctor. We already know what.
We knew everything already.
We know. Literally. The only thing that we might have argued about is that my wife wanted to go back to work so fast.
Oh, yeah. I think we'll probably
But that was more.
I think we'll probably always have that issue.
That was more because I just wanted her to be okay. You know, I didn't want it to be overwhelming for her. I didn't want her to feel like she had to go back to work. But for her, she actually just wanted to go back. But
yep, I did.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's important to kind of highlight how your heart can be in the right place. Like, you can have intentions of doing everything right. Like, even like in a relationship, like, sometimes your heart really can't be in the right place. Like, I used to be like really, 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 really overly protective because my heart was in the right place. Like, I'm trying to be more of a protector, and it became overbearing for my wife because I'm like, man, my heart is in the right place again. Like, I just want you to be safe and secure. Yeah. But it got to a point where it was overbearing, and then she started feeling like, man, you don't trust I can go here. You don't think I can handle myself. I've been here 21 years before you. Fine. You know, I've been. So then it's just the whole thing that sometimes you can have good intentions, but just bad. What's the word? Like, behavior can follow good intentions. Basically. Yeah. Like I can have good intentions, but my behavior might be wrong, or the way I'm expressing it could be wrong. And the way I can't think of a better example than the one we just gave you guys. Yeah. Like, how I acted with baby 1 versus baby 2 is a perfect example of 1, growing, but 2, how you look back and be like, man, I was stupid. like
acknowledging. So
I really tried to buy a $400
growing
bed.
and then acknowledging.
Yeah.
And then also us growing as parents too, like, cause you're gonna always keep growing, and that's why I'll be saying, like, I like to tell people, like, you're gonna have conversation equals growth. I think.
Yeah, I think conversation equals growth.
Because if you're not growing, you won't converse. Like, or what do you say? Argue, like, But like, if you're not growing, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? There won't be words exchanged because we just both being stagnant. Like,
and my thing was like I thought, and I wish I would have went into it more with like an open mind, but I thought I knew how to be the perfect dad, and I didn't realize that I can't be a perfect dad based off everything that I wanted or what I thought I should have got or what I think other dads should do. Like, I have to be the perfect dad.
Like, you can't think that you're a perfect dad. That's up to your kid, honestly.
I can't be. I have to go off what they need.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go off as a father or even as a husband. Like, I can't go off what. I have to be what you need.
Yeah.
And express the way, your love language. And for my kids, I have to be able to express what they need as a parent in their language. Because I think, like you said, I went into it thinking based off, books I read, movies, my experience.
He was studying.
I thought, I was reading. I thought I was.
And I was like, you do not need that. I remember when he came home with that book about that bed. Like, you do not need all that. Yeah. Them sheets was like $500 for what?
Because I thought that's what I had to do to be a perfect.
And he was like, cuz the baby was going to have, like, SIDS is real. I'm like, yes, SIDS is real, but I mean, did Evan have SIDS?
Yeah, I just wasn't.
Did anybody that right now had SIDS? No, because we took care of them. What we had, you still could take care of your kid.
And I also
on a regular bed.
It was kind of a piece of fear on my part. Really a fear
of not being good.
Yeah, fear of not being a good dad.
Yeah.
So I was being overly in my preparation and in my actions because I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss. I want to be such a great dad that he never was like, man, you ain't do this. And I'm like, now I'm thinking about it. He don't know what I did when he was a baby.
He don't.
He's 2 years old right now. He probably won't remember any of the things that I've done so far when he gets older.
Because he's a baby.
He's 2 years old. Like,
that's why my babies don't remember that. Like,
right. That's why I think my focus should have been more on you and making sure you were good and helping you. That way it can flow more naturally as a parent. And that's kind of what I did with Journey. So
Journey was smooth sailing. I mean, from coming home,
because like
hospital, coming home, etc.
Everything.
Like, we had did we fuss like whenever we was at my mom's house? I think we did.
No, we didn't. It wasn't because of we never that first week for both kids. Like, I was pretty good. It was more it was more like the transition back to our house.
Oh,
it wasn't like to do with the kids, but yeah.
Major was such a crybaby, guys. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, he had me crying. Yeah. But he's grown. He's growing now.
Yeah,
but Journey was oh my goodness. It was perfect. Like, during pregnancy.
And I think the best thing you can do as a dad is really just be there for the mom. Early on,
in the early on,
because you have to be.
Because that's what's. I mean,
and that's why. And I don't want anybody to be offended. Like, I hate when I see mothers doing it by themselves, and then they use that experience of not having help, somebody there, and they kind of portray that it's a negative thing. Yeah. But the whole process of birthing a child and the beginning of parenting, when you working, with somebody that you love, is one of the most fulfilling things ever.
It's
becoming
beautiful.
A parent with somebody, like producing something out of nothing, like, and then to see it be born, to start being a parent with somebody is, to me, top 3 things in my life. Like, becoming a parent, like.
Yeah, that's another level. And that's why I also don't, like, this is just my feelings because I've been through both sides. Like, right. I've had a kid married to somebody who I truly love, and I've had a kid out of wedlock, to a boyfriend who was kind of like in and out. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't like to sugarcoat and downplay how important it is to seriously be with somebody before you decide to have a kid. Like,
right.
And then, like he said, it comes off as a negative thing because you're complaining and arguing on Facebook and talking about you're lonely.
Like that
it's not meant and that's the point. It's not meant for you to be alone.
You're not meant, and that's why my heart hurts for women sometimes.
You're not meant to be
alone.
See what
they're going through, and I'm like, it's because you're not supposed
to be alone. You're literally not supposed to be alone.
Help.
Yes.
You're supposed to have somebody there to help you. Let's just say that you are not together. You still need that person that's gonna be there to support you. The transitional phase, helping you. Making sure
you healthy. Yes,
because that's some people don't realize. Like, it's so many women, especially in our culture, that are literally going through postpartum depression and all this by themselves, and they don't know it. Yeah, they don't know why they wake up mad. Or why they feel like they can't be enough.
Like, for instance, a perfect example of not knowing you had postpartum depression is my mom. Like, whenever I was little, my dad was in a hospital, like when I was born and stuff, and I believe he went to jail, my biological dad. And my mom was alone a lot, and she didn't she did not think I was she didn't like me, basically. Like, she was depressed. But now she knows that. Like, when I was growing up, postpartum depression wasn't a thing. Yeah, okay, people didn't have a word.
Mental health wasn't a focus.
Yes, people didn't have a word for that. Like, my aunt also suffered from that, and they both went through their first pregnancies alone, and that's why like, they both didn't have that crutch or that hold, somebody to lift them up or whatever, because they were alone. So in turn, they took that out on their kids, was something wrong with me.
And that's, like I said, without, just veering off into mental health, like, you shouldn't do it alone.
You should not.
And that's the main priority. I'm not trying to preach, like, you gotta be married and live.
But it is the best thing.
And you gotta be
to be in a stable relationship.
Yes, because I'm not, because some people, and I have to remind myself, everybody's not Christian.
Yeah.
Everybody's not.
But you need to be in a stable relationship.
Yeah, but so for the Christians and the people like that, we already know that there's
this is why
principles in the Bible we believe in how things should go.
It's not just about being married.
It's bigger than
God,
that.
y'all.
But for the
so
people,
bigger than that.
I'm talking to the world.
Yeah.
Stability.
You need a stable relationship. Like, guys, come on.
We can't be making babies are not finicky. They don't go in and out.
Yeah.
So your relationship shouldn't go in and out.
They there.
Like, once that baby,
they there.
It's there.
Whether mom or daddy there or not, they're there.
24/7. It's gonna be crying, hungry, and you and the person
gotta take care of it.
Are responsible for that child.
Shucks.
And that's and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I can talk about that all day.
Because that's a problem.
We created this culture, and
my God,
I just
how a baby complain, and then nobody's supposed to tell you.
And I'm not bashing on women because I know what they're going through, because I see what we go through, and we're together, and I see how hard it is sometimes. I see the nights where we up because we just don't know what's wrong with the baby. I see the times where
like Major, remember?
I just see the times where the kid been sick and we got to go to doctor's appointments and we got to stay home from work and everything.
And then we got to decide who stays home from work.
We got to sacrifice even our personal wanting to travel and stuff. So I understand if you're doing it by yourself, why it can be negative. But
it's really supposed to be a beautiful thing. That is why people say it's a blessing, because
that's why I say kids are a blessing. I've never experienced anything more beautiful than making a child, becoming a parent, and this process.
Of them growing and you giving all you can.
Every day they learning something. It's the process.
Watching them grow is beautiful.
And it grows you as a person. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm going to say on that, because I don't want to get negative. Sometimes I sound rude because, I don't understand how men and women can make a child and then not take care of it.
I don't either. Ain't nothing rude about that. That's real.
I just don't understand it, and I've been trying. I can't figure it out.
What people need to be trying to figure out. Everybody want to know that. Even the people who make the baby, people want to know that. Like, why?
Right.
I mean, it's just something that's just not okay.
If you go lay down with somebody, at least have a plan in place for a child.
Don't go up in there just whatever.
Babies come from having sex. If you didn't know. that.
Right.
I don't know why people act
without
like,
protection.
I don't know why people be acting like, man, I
oh
don't
my
know
God, how the baby
how I got pregnant.
You have to think about all these things before. If you know you and your partner might not be together in a couple of months, don't have a kid.
Yeah, man, get out here. And don't use kids as weapons to keep people.
Do not do that. Like, do not do that. That's gonna come. That ain't gonna cause nothing but a bite. That's gonna come back to bite you. I'm telling y'all, for real. Kids, as they grow older, they see they're not dumb, and that's like, people think kids are like stupid or something, like, or don't have the same feelings.
They know, man.
They know. Kids are so smart emotionally.
Kids are some of the.
Oh my God!
Before they can even talk, they
know
what's
they
wrong.
Can't speak, but they understand. That's
like,
what I'm like.
Kids can know when you're serious. They can know when it's not time to play. Oh, it's time
they know,
to play. Kids,
and they can feel vibes.
They know who loves them. They know who don't love them.
You don't even have to tell them you love them. They know. They can feel it. Like, I mean, nothing's blocking them. They're innocent children. They can feel they have all their senses, basically.
Right. Yeah, we go talk some more about parenthood and everything, because I really love it. And that's, I mean, the only other thing I gotta say is, you know, I'm very sad that my football team lost in the playoffs. The Saints. I'm sad that Breeze retired. Well, I'm happy he's retiring. But now it's on to basketball, so my mind's off football. I don't care who wins Super Bowl.
It's like God. It just keeps coming back and back, like they back to back.
Why are you mad that I watch sports?
Cause literally, we wake up, sports. Go to sleep, sports. I should make a song. Like, God damn.
But do you realize how like essential sports are? Do you realize how boring 2020 was when they took sports away? What really saved 2020, babe? Sports. The NBA bubble. The Jordan last
maybe
dance.
for men.
So you didn't sit down and watch every.
No, don't do that. That was a show. That was a movie.
But my point is, sports are
entertainment,
essential to the soul. Like, when they took sports from 2020, that's when stuff got real. Like, when we didn't have no way to compete and
go
cheer,
play outside,
bro. Sports, man. But anyway, that's it, man.
I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be sleeping.
But yeah, we got some new merch. So let me give you some insider information. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so we got the pillows that we're working on.
Exclusive.
We have some I don't know if we're gonna do cards or maybe some talking points to do pillow talking with somebody. I don't know how we'll do it. Maybe an app. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, and then the final thing would be merchandise, like clothes. I don't know if it was pajamas or what, but
something, guys.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Something.
Yeah, we need to make a theme song too.
We do. Oh, I know something that was pretty cool. Guys, Target is literally on it, okay? For the Black History, we literally went into Target.
Wait, yeah. Let's end with that. Okay, bro, so listen, we in Target, right? We just walking around.
Like, first of all, I saw something cute, and I was like,
no.
Then JT was like,
we
dude.
got our mask on. We following all the rules in Target. Bro, I turned a corner by the clothes. I don't know if this is every Target, but I turned by the clothes section, and it's like, I literally actually, did I just walk into a HBCU?
Like, that's literally what he said.
Bro, like, they have a whole
they are doing the dang thing
section
to black
Target. To black, I'm talking about black shirts, black this,
black books, black authors.
And I don't.
Black hair products.
Black History Month. I don't know if they just doing the
gang.
Points.
Come on, it was beautiful.
Hey,
I mean, black shirts with Africa on it.
I never knew why people said representation matters, but to walk in there and see that, I was like,
I had to buy something. I
was like, what? Is this how white people feel just walking around all the time?
Right.
I don't know, but yeah.
But it felt so good to see it. It was beautiful.
Shout out to Target,
and they had great styles. Like,
I'm gonna send this to Target, see if they'll sponsor us, because we really was like, oh my gosh,
we had to buy something. They had baby clothes. Like, we bought some for Journey.
It was just laid out, bro. It was
so beautifully.
I was like, this is amazing.
This
Target.
is dope. They had jewelry.
This is why I don't shop in Walmart.
It was great. I mean, they had stuff by black people.
Yeah, come on, man.
They had the hair products stacked up. You know, the hair part is literally right next door.
And they made a whole
on the other aisle. These people
us.
took the black hair products and brought them to the Black Pride spot. Yep. And I was like, this is it. Yep. Okay. So Target. I feel thank you. Like, thank you, Target. Seriously. Right. Thank you. That was on MLK Day too. We appreciate that.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, that's it, guys. You know, I would say good night, but we were filming in the daytime.
I think.
And it's
I'm still tired though.
It's obvious today, so I don't even want to lie. Like, you can definitely see the sun.
Bright.
But we still in the bed and we're still talking, and that's why it's called pillow talking. So we'll still say good night.
We have some surprises for you guys in February too. So
yeah. So good night.